All right, good morning, everyone. So it is Thursday, the 24th of March. What we are looking at today is the yen pairs, yen, US yen, euro yen, pound yen, and also gold. This is live for the Traders Club members. And if you are watching us on YouTube, then make sure you watch this several times, subscribe, and also join the club if you need some help with your FX trading. With all that said, first things first is jumping into the disclaimer, right? Any information shared in this video is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of myself. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. So why we have that is because we'll be sharing some trade ideas. For today is the yen pairs, which could actually be quite an immediate trade that I've been stalking for quite a while now. Why I say that is looking at the news here on Forex Factory, right? Today being Thursday the 24th, we don't have much news released so far, but later in the afternoon at 4:30 p.m. GMT+8, we do have the Swiss franc with the policy, with the Swiss National Bank rates policy looking to hold at minus 0.75. Don't expect a big surprise there at this point. Euro PMI numbers we've spoken about already on Tuesday. And then you can see some scattering of news, but not big news, not big news items, not likely to be big price movers. All right. So this actually makes it a little bit more of a technical trading scenario now, not so much the news trading at this point. So we don't expect to see big spikes in price movements. So that should be actually quite nice or quite easy relatively easier for trading. But pay attention, what we actually have recently is a lot of the FOMC members. I'll just bring up a couple of examples. FOMC members coming up talking about economy being overvalued. We have FOMC members talking about how raising rates further. I think there was somewhere further. Here we go. Bullard, saying that we have to move faster than we are used to. So a lot of commentaries, a lot of talk, a lot of opinions about raising rates for the US. Talking about 0.5% or 50 basis points in May, maybe not just once, but maybe a couple of times over a couple of meetings at a 50 basis points increase, because what we're seeing now is the US inflation running quite hot. And also looking at the dollar index here, when we spoke about it yesterday, I was saying that we're looking for it to test lower from this 98.46 level to bounce up, and it's done that exactly. It came as low as about 98.39 before bouncing back up. At this point now, I think that we're likely to see this move continue. If it can break above this 98.80 level, if it can break above this 98.80 level, we're likely to see the dollar strength continue. So the dollar index continue towards the upside, towards that 99, maybe 99.22 level, that previous high point, only if it breaks above this 98.80 level, right? So quite an interesting move, like expected for the dollar, especially without big news to be released at this point. So we might see this as a slow, consistent move towards the upside, given that we see the other currency pairs play out as they follow their trend. So what can we look out for here in terms of the US yen, right? So looking at the US yen, straightforward, it has been climbing. If I zoom out further, you can see that it's set in that consolidation in pretty much in Feb at 116, to about 114.60, set in that consolidation, and when it finally broke out of that range, when it broke out of that 116 level, we've pretty much seen the US yen, I'll move this back. When it broke above that 116 level, we pretty much saw the US yen on that straight, pretty much upward climb towards that 121 resistance level. At this, what we've seen is with US yen, a lot of consolidation before the break upwards, consolidation before the break, slight retrace, consolidate, and then a break upwards. I think this trend is likely to continue, but just something to be very careful of is that at 121, this is a very high point. I'll come out to the weekly time frame just to show you an example there. The last time we got to 121, breaking upwards from 121 was in December 2014, right? Broke up, but very quickly it spiked back down, and then it came back within this range again. And then only when it successfully broke above 121 towards that 125.50 level, right, was in May 2015. So this was a very long time ago, historic high at this point. Now, what to expect is that we could, or I'm anticipating to see it break higher, but I think we're going to see quite a bit of volatility at this point, right? Quite a bit of volatility at this point. I think it's going to sit in consolidation. So the US yen is likely to sit in consolidation at this 121 level, only to break above if it can clear above this 121. If you can have a 121.30 level, right, we're going to see a break towards the upside. What to do with resistance levels at this point for the US yen, because, you know, we're referring so far back. What I tend to do is I tend to put lines at round numbers, right? Lines at round numbers, so at 122 and then at 123 as well, just to give us a bit of a reference point of where price could move towards. So if this closes up at about 121.30 for the US yen, what you can be looking for is about a buying position. This would be a tight, about 50-60 pips, stop loss about that 30 pips. So you're looking at a 1:1.4 risk reward ratio towards the upside for the US yen. At this point, what you can also do is possibly even put your, oh, where did my line go? At 123. So I think what you can also be looking at is to have your take profit towards that 123 level. Well, you know, because every time you see the US yen break out, once it sits in a consolidation, it's a very quick break. It went from 119 to 121 in that 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, right? Very quick break. So you can actually take the chance after this consolidation. I'll take this away just to clarify it a bit. You can be looking for that move above 121.30, about a 50 pip stop loss, 150 pip take profit, a 1:2.64, 1:3 risk reward ratio towards the upside, towards that 123 resistance level. If the US yen does turn down, if it does not, it consolidates and breaks lower, right? I would sit out. I would not try to sell it down. I'll wait for it to break lower. And then after that, if it does break back up, then look for that buying opportunity, right? So don't try to sell the US yen down. I wouldn't try to sell the US yen down just because, you know, it's been on that big upward move. You could make money selling it down, but, you know, it's probably going to be easier to follow the trend, wait for it to break above or bounce off this 121 level and look for that buying opportunity towards the upside. With that said about the US yen, Euro yen is going to be a little bit more tricky. So Euro yen a lot more tricky is because, well, the last time we spoke about it, we said if it broke above, that was a quick trade there. towards the 133.80 level, did that, right? And then straight away it came back down. At this point, because the euro dollar is trending slightly lower at these levels now, likely to drag the euro yen down a bit. And with our anticipation that the US yen could go higher or should go higher, what I'm expecting to see here on the euro yen is possibly a move back up towards 133.80, but not much higher. And then after that, that move back down again. So I think it's likely to sit in this range between 133.80 and 132.80. In this 100 pip range, I would probably say not a great trading opportunity for the euro yen at this point, just because of the uncertainty of direction for the euro dollar, right? So I would stay away, especially with if I did this and showed you that together with the US yen, the euro yen is also at a very high point. Last time, June last year, it came towards this level and retraced back down or corrected back down all the way. So I would urge a little bit of caution, stay out of it at this point. Let's see what happens to the euro yen at this 133.80 level. If it breaks above strongly or if it turns back down, then we get a better idea of what trades to do from there. And actually looking at it on the daily chart, that candle there gives us a good indication of what's likely to happen, but let's wait for it to play out. Then following on from that, we have pound yen. Back to the H4 time frame. Pound yen, a little bit different, right? We saw that move towards the downside, and I'll again zoom out to the, so you realize for the yen pairs, we're reaching very long periods of high levels or periods of levels that we've never seen for a long time. Just putting in that level at 163 and possibly that point there. So with the pound yen, we are sitting at a resistance level, or it's turning back down from a 160.80 resistance level. I think what we're likely to see from this point, pound as well. Yes, 2 days ago, big move upwards, about 150, 160 pip move towards the upper side. Yesterday, despite a good, strong 6.2 inflation number, it came back down, right? So I think it was a little bit of a priced-in scenario. That's why we saw the pound dollar turn back down. And that also led to that move towards that move back down. I think what we're likely to see here is similar to the yen, to the euro yen, that possible move back up towards 160 and then a turn back down again. Pound yen, I'm a little bit more interested to see what's going to happen, whether it's going to reject this 160.80. I think the approach to the pound yen and for the euro yen will be the same. Let's see what happens at this very high level. It could be, this too could be a counter trend trade idea. For example, not ready yet. So I'll just preempt you and tell you it's not ready yet. You know, about an 80 pip, quite a big stop loss there, but your take profit could be all the way back down about 200 pips back down. So 1:2.4 towards the downside for a counter trend trade. Not ready yet, just a reminder there. So just another example there with the euro yen, you know, same thing, looking for that retrace, looking for it to turn down. If we were looking for this, again, not ready, but that could be a idea that it rejects that 133.80 level and turn back down. We could see that 1:2 risk reward ratio back down towards the 132 flat, right? So all of that said, a couple of things to pay attention to for the euro yen and the pound yen. It might play out into tomorrow or into next week, but I think the US yen might be something that could happen a lot sooner. And then lucky last, gold. With gold, what we have here, oops, not the one I always use. With gold, what we have here, the last time we spoke, we said that it was going to come towards that the 1950 level or 1948 level did that, right? So at this point now, what we could expect for gold is for it to turn back down. We've always seen it turn back down from this point once here, a couple of times back here as well. So, you know, for the short term analysis on gold, I'll move this line across, right? We're likely to see this move back down towards that 1920 level or slightly lower 1910 level for gold. So if you are looking at short-term opportunities for gold, possibly look to sell gold down back towards 1920 or about 1910 before we might see another rebound again, right? So very quickly, that was the analysis on the US yen, the euro yen, the pound yen, and gold. For Traders Club members, please remember tonight we do have another session at 8 p.m. GMT +8, where I'll be guiding you through some other trade ideas on the shorter time frame. We had a fantastic session on Tuesday night where we identified quite a couple of, you know, in the money trades. Let's do it again tonight. So with that, I'll see you tonight. Take care, trade safe. Bye-bye for now.